Roddy Nabulsi and former Georgia quarterback DJ Shockley. We've been counting down to this day all week, and guys, it's finally here. New starting quarterback Hudson Mason gets set for his senior season, and he told me he's been preparing for this moment for 5 years now. He said he's got one shot, and he truly believes this is an SEC championship caliber team, DJ.
It was an unbelievable finish. I was at Bobby Dodd for the game, and I talked to Coach Richt after the win, and he said it was the perfect way to end one of the wackiest seasons of his tenure. One player who did not make an appearance was Aaron Murray, and he took to Twitter to cheer on the Dogs. He tweeted, "The Hudson Mason era has officially begun at Georgia. Couldn't be more proud of this guy. Excited to see what he is about to do. Hashtag Go Dogs." And what Mason did was bring Georgia back from a 20-point deficit. Gurley's so important to the Georgia offense, but on the defensive side of the ball, the Bulldogs have given up over 30 points 7 times this season, including 43 points and 550 yards of total offense to the Tigers on Saturday. DJ, who's to blame for the lack of defensive production this weekend?
Thank you, Dan, for Ave Maria. It's running back Scott Jones who's out with an ACL tear. That's crucial for the Gyrenes. He was the team's leading rusher a year ago. Now for Mercer, Tosin Akubar still out suffering from that ankle injury. The only silver lining there, Lee Bennett stepping up. He has been brilliant at linebacker.
I talked to Coach Schaefer about his defense, and he said his guys have just got to keep stepping up, especially the linebackers, which is so important to the 3-3-5 defense that the Royals run. In particular, Lorenza Smith, he's the leader on this team, leads the team in tackles. He's 8th in the division in tackles per game. Coach said he's the catalyst for this defense.
I just caught up with Coach Lamb coming back on the field, and he said the two things that hurt him the most in the first half was those two, quote, dumb penalties. He said his team is just not good enough to overcome something like that, and they have to play harder and smarter. Also, guys, look for quarterback John Russ to throw the ball down the field a lot more here in the second.
One of those workhorses on this offense. We've seen a lot out of number 27, Alex Legs. What do you think about his first half performance?
Coach, last practice of spring ball. On the positive side of things, what'd you see out there? What about new quarterback Hudson Mason breaking him in? What can we expect to see out of him today?
Good win in 10 innings last night against Georgia. Now you have South Carolina. Tough draw, but there is no easy draw in this tournament, is there? Coach, you came into this tournament as a top seed, and now if you lose tonight, you go home. How are you going to avoid that against Mississippi State? Starting in 2015, the NCAA has approved the pro-style flat seam baseball in hopes of generating more runs and total offense. But how will those flat seams affect pitchers? After a quality outing, Alabama hitting coach Andy Phillips gives his team a treat or a Scooby snack. I asked if I could have one. He goes, "Oh, what, you want a dog treat?" And they do kind of look like dog treats. Thanks, Bob. The Dogs are in much need of an offensive spark tonight if they want to break a 3-game losing streak. Georgia's most recent loss was to Auburn exactly 1 week ago, where sophomore guard Kenny Gaines returned after being out 2 weeks on injury. Now looking ahead, Coach Landers also told me that most of his team wasn't even born the last time Georgia was not in the NCAA tournament. So even though they lost to South Carolina, he's confident that his team is one of the top 64 in the country. The Bulldogs broke 18 new school records and 8 conference records in 5 days of competition. And for the women, it was Olympic gold medalist Shannon Vreeland. She now holds the SEC's fastest time in the 200-meter freestyle.